it's been through 12 months in the making. It's unbelievable night. Not going to say I wasn't nervous with the panel, but lost for words. Frightening.
This course is your second league title.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's quite an achievement. But like, this group of players are particularly special, aren't they?
Yeah, they're brilliant. They back each other. They work as hard as they can, and they've got ability. To be fair, the first 30 minutes tonight was awful, and then I think after that we could have been 2 or 3-0 up going in at the break, and then second half we were good again. Look, they're nervous, tense games, them, aren't they? The opposition throw the kitchen sink because our lads know what's at the end of the road. So they've had some balls this year, the team as a collective, and I'm delighted for every one of them.
The last minute, you know, there's probably about 5 minutes left. We're going in 1-0 up. We seem prepared for it. You know, I think obviously we knew that we had the previous situations, but we defended really well. We never looked in doubt. Football's a major game, anything can happen, but we looked really resilient.
We did until we start kicking.
Mr. Morris, what I say to him, I'm going to give you a 10-year contract here tonight. And it all comes with a cap. You say that.
He, of course, is the one that gives that.
It's gospel now, isn't it? This is by law.
This is by law, yes. This is the law, yeah. And my number is there.
Never trust the kit man.
Oh, you're the kit man tonight, I'm the kit man. Where's Bill go? Bill, go!
Maybe just a quick word for the fans, for the people, Johnny, the staff, the people around the club. It really is a team effort.
Yeah, it is everyone, and make no bones about it. The difference last year, this year, we're having fans back. You can see the G up it gives the lads. It's electric here, and this is what it's all about. This is what football's about. So I'm delighted. I'm going to have some feeder points now over the next few weeks. But
Thanks now.
Maureen will have the fly on the morning. Cheers, gents. Thanks very much. Cheers.
What do you say?
I'm not a midfielder.
It's just relief, man.
Yeah,
it's just one goal for 9 months. You know, your whole life is dictated by football and trying to win the league. You know, sacrificing stuff, committing to the cause as a group, and it's all worth it. You know, it's all worth it. You do it all twice over just for winning the league like that. You know, put the club back where it needs to be.
You look at that one goal you have as a group. In the end, it comes down to a defining moment. Georgie over a penalty. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I think it comes down to that moment tonight, but over the course of the year, you know, I think we've been excellent. When you talk about teams winning titles, I think you go back to they don't always necessarily play well and they pick up points, and we've done that throughout the year, you know. And we were confident. Look, we started a bit slow tonight, 30 minutes, but we got going after that, you know. I felt we weathered the storm for 3 or 4 minutes at the end, but look, I was confident hitting it. Ultimately, I had to be confident that go up and take the lead and Mr. Active off it there. And no, look, there was no doubt in my mind.
He picked up the ball, he went straight for it.
Yeah, but I was taking it off and he was fuming.
Come on!
No, but look, it's a massive relief, you know. Just for people like, you know, Johnny Watson, myself, Luke, you know, people around the club. We love the club ultimately, and you know, I said it in an interview to Gav very, very early on in the AOL this year. I said we wanted to right or wrong, and we've done that tonight. So this is where the club deserves to be, and you know, thank God we've got back there.
Luke, you were here for 2019. It must be very special to be the club captain of such a good run.
Yeah, it's a huge honour, you know. It's it really hit me how big a football club it was that night up in Drogheda. You know, just seeing how many people it impacted, how much it meant to people. And you know, last year, you know, don't need to talk about it, it's the worst year of our lives, really, for more reasons than one. So, like Georgie said, you know, this where I would describe Drogheda as like ecstasy. You know, this is like relief, because this club shouldn't be in the first division, and people like myself, Georgie, and other lads are part of the reason it wasn't this year. So we obviously decided early doors last year we wanted to be here and put the wrongs right, like GP said. So it's just job done in that sense, really.
It's a short career, everyone knows that. You both had options. You're both, I would say, too good for this division. But you stayed here. Why?
Well, like personally, I just love the club. You know, it's probably cliche, but I think I've proven it over the 3 years I've been here. It means a lot to me. I'm invested in it now. You know, I've got family members coming to games. I work with people who are involved in the football club. I've got great friendships and stuff, and it's not a place I would look to leave. Beyond that, you feel off the back of last year, you have to stay. It's not. You'd have no morals if I walked out after the way the season ended for me.
It was too easy for us to leave, and I'll just echo what Luke said. We loved the club, that's why we stayed, and I promised Johnny Watson have a phone call with him in December before I even saw him back, and that we go straight back up this year. And it's for people like that, people with ourselves. We let ourselves down at times last year as well, and we got what we deserved, but ultimately we righted the wrong. I've said that from the start of the season, so it's just as Lukey says, it's a massive relief to get it done tonight.
This year, over the course of the season, when the chips were down, you stood up, you bet your direct rivals Galway, you hammered them here, you won very comfortably out in Bray, you won very comfortably here against UCD. In a lot of ways, although it was a nervy moment at times because there's so much on the line tonight, from start to finish, I think the best way to describe the whole team is professional. I just went about your jobs professionally. That must be very, very difficult to do when you listen to the outside noise, and sure we're just as culpable as anyone for creating the hype and the buzz around the team. But how do you manage those pressures and expectations and do it in the way that you've noted?
I think, to be fair, we didn't really ever talk about the noise from outside, beyond a few comments that people thought Galway would win it, and then Galway were talking about us having this budget, and we know they're down there full time, and so we knew that was just them. Yes, we knew that was just them spinning the narrative to suit them. But in terms of most points, least losses, most wins, best goals for, best goals against, none of them can have any arguments. So like you said, it was professional, but that's just the environment the managers created. It's week by week, it's just win on a Friday, dust yourself down, win the next one, and that's cliche, but that's I think how you win trophies.
GP, you've had a tough time in the darkest time when you're battling illness. You're going through a really rough patch. This card is at the end of it. It's probably moments like this that keep you motivated.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, as Luke said, it was our goal from the start of the year, no matter how we done it. And Galway, I didn't expect to come on. I was obviously had COVID, so look, it stood to me. I think over the course, them 70 minutes where I was going down to Galway, I said before, hoping to get 10 minutes on the pitch because I'd only trained once and end up getting 70, and they stood to me. But to win it here, great friendships, as Luke said. We've a great group here. And, lost for words at the minute.
We had Clarkie on, and just a final point on this, and we kind of tried to get an insight into what the group's like. He was very honest. He said, "No arseholes. You come, you walk. If you're not prepared to do that, fuck off." Yeah. I get the sense that is where a lot of success comes from. Just having a group of players around you that you trust and know will bring out the best in you.
Yeah, and that's that. I sit beside him in the dressing room, and there's many a time at half time he's telling me to fuck off, and I'm telling him to fuck off. But
just leave it.
10 minutes later, it's it's all with the goal of winning the game, in any given week, and winning the league obviously is the bigger picture. But again, that's credit to the manager for picking not just players, characters to come into a group, and everyone's played their part. There's a lot of lads up there that haven't played much football that have been a big part of why we've won the league. Jack Brady, unbelievable professional, hasn't played in minutes, so those lads are as much to praise as anyone else really.
And when you go for so long of the season behind closed doors, you don't see it. Shels fans, then at the end of the year to have that moment with them, that must be pretty special.
Unbelievable, yeah, absolutely unbelievable. I thought tonight, they were a 12 man at times, and it's just, looking forward now to the UCD game and coming here to a pack, full house, and just enjoying it with the lads because, we deserve it ultimately over the course of the year.
Oh, enjoy it.
We're going home, recovery in the morning.
Just shut up and enjoy it. Go. Just stop. I'm going. That was me starting this. Why are you still giving out? You just won the league.
Yeah, we won the league, didn't we?
We did win the league.
Oh, I don't know.
We won the league. You're not. Come here.
Where's his card?
Has he pressed
Are
record
you
this week?
Professional or what?
Has he pressed record this week?
Are you professional or what?
Stephen Doody, you didn't say anything for the last 10 minutes. So
yeah, I didn't.
Now's your chance. Doody has to be the worst broadcast partner you can. It's like a pilot in an emergency landing saying, "I'm just not going to fly the plane."
To be fair, with 10 minutes to go, I did say, I've nothing else to say. I'm sorry, can I just put the microphone down? I would have said something stupid, but what I will say is, if I only make 1 point for the whole thing, if anyone could have scored the goal to send Shels back to the Premier Division after a pretty shameful relegation. I'm delighted it was Georgie Point that scored it. He does deserve it.
And
He does, 100%.
Ryan Brennan, to be honest, his penalty miss last week, weighing on his head, he avoids it, but he has an unbelievable performance tonight. He was on it, he was at it.
Yeah, without the ball, I said it up there, unbelievable. The one thing I get out of Ryan, even if it's not clicking for touches and shots on target, he will work his socks off. He's a great example to the younger lads, Alex Nolan, all those boys. He's an unbelievable example to them for work rate, and doesn't matter what you've done in the league, if you're not willing to work your socks off, you may forget about it. But again, like Georgie, to step up to the plate, stick the top scorer off the penalty and say, no, I'm sticking this in.
And stick Michael O'Connor off.
Unreal, yeah, well, look, sure, Mikey, look. He was more worried about grabbing the flare to celebrate at the end.
He got his flare, did he?
Did he get his flare?
So.
I don't know, I didn't see.
I don't know, there's just, it's different to 2019. 2019 felt like ecstasy, and it felt like, Jesus, it was
that was years worth.
Yeah, that was 10 years of misery and near misses and close shaves. Tonight it just felt like, from the start of the season, we were fairly confident this night would come, and I think the players have used the word relief to describe it. For me, I think that's the word.
As Georgie said, it was all about righting the wrongs of last year, and I've said it a couple of times, I think Ian did a great job of keeping hold of who he needed to keep hold of. Good lads, good people for the dressing room. Your Ryan Brennans, your Luke Burns, your Georgie Pointons. Few other people left, maybe weren't so good for the dressing room, but I mean, I'm not one for beating to a certain drum, but Ian has been given plenty of criticism this year, and I'm happy for him, to be honest, that he's done the business. There was a lot of talk about him being kept on and whether he should or shouldn't have, but
that's natural in a relegation.
Yeah, of course, but ultimately he's the spearhead for a team that's gotten us back to the Premier Division, and that's what it's all about.
He deserves it. Speaking of a man who deserves it, Johnny Watson joins us here pitchside at Talca Park. Johnny, bobblehead, how's it feel?
Yeah, it feels like a jelly and a bit of a hairy face. That's a
hard time kit, man.
how does promotion feel?
Again, it's like, I don't know. It's just it hasn't set in yet. It was hard sitting in the stand there watching it, but look, we're back where we belong again. Please God, now we put our stamp on it and stay there. You know,
it's been an emotional year. It's been difficult for everyone.
It's been difficult for everyone to come through what we've come through. The whole pandemic thing, right? Having no fans in the ground, to having what we had here tonight. I mean,
amazing.
That says it all. That says it all. That wasn't just a 12th man, that was a 12, 13, 14, 15. They were all brilliant here tonight. And actually sitting in the stand, for that end of it was great with all the road and shouting and doing a bit of my voices down a bit. But look, you know, you have to give the credit, they're brilliant. You know what I mean?
I felt like this year in particular, we had Shels fans in the stand, but it felt like the players in that dressing room bought in and believed it's all about the club. They were like, look at Luke Byrne, Georgie Point and J.R. Wilson, they are Shels fans.
From the manager, as I said, right down to myself, and I've been injured and I have Graham helping me now this year and doing bits and stuff for me, you know what I mean? From every single person in there, to the board, to everyone had a big input in getting us back up this year, you know. But realistically, nobody knows the amount of hard work that goes in there on a Monday, on a Tuesday, Thursday, and AOL coming into Fridays for these matches. You know, the amount of preparation by the backroom staff, Ian and all this crew there, it's amazing. You know what I mean? We've done it again, and this time we're back to stay.
You've seen a lot of football, you've been a Shels fan for a very long time. I'd say the nerves never get easy to manage. How was that last few minutes?
The last few minutes was a killer. I was just sitting in the stand there, and I think one of Yaz's friends was sitting in front of me there, and pulling the head off me when we got the goal. Like, you know, God love him. But look, come here. It's more than night.
One of your other assistants is here with us. Come on in. You, yeah, good man.
He's just going to abuse me now.
No, I wouldn't abuse you, Reggie. I think you're a lovely fella. You know, one of our own and all that.
Complete spoofer.
Oh yeah, well.
No, he's not.
I learned from you. So.
Yeah, well, that's true. And him.
No, come on, Reg. Back me up here.
He's not a spoofer. He'll batter you.
He probably would now. Reggie, what's it mean to you? You're a Shels fan, either like?
It's pretty good seeing as I'm in a state to appreciate it this time, whereas Strahda was not, as a lot of people have seen.
We'll share that video post.
Sorry, Gav, I respect a few big words out of the journal, you know what I mean? But I'm not getting them, you know what I mean?
He hasn't taught me well.
Well, if you're waiting on him to teach you, you're in trouble.
He
want to go back to school.
claims
Johnny,
he's
a
in
final word.
Last word to Johnny Watson.
We're back. Bring on the balls, the pats, and the hoops. We're coming after you.